So good morning, students. In estimating costing, today we are going to see a problem having two rooms. We are going to use the long wall and short wall method as we have discussed yesterday. So if you observe the screen, you will be able to see here the plan of two rooms. The size of the first room is 4 meter by 6 meter, whereas the size of the second room is 3 meter by 6 meter. Okay, so irrespective of the length, this will be A, B, C, D, and so on. After that, what we have to do is it's very simple. Here they have shown the section. Accordingly, the section has been shown here. I'm showing you the cursor. Okay, if you observe, this is the plinth level. Here it is the ground level. Below the ground level, the UCR step 1 is of height 0.45 meter and UCR step 2 is of height 0.4 meter, whereas PCC is of thickness 0.2 meter. Here the width of the foundation, that is the width of excavation, is 1 meter. Above that it will be 0.6 meter, 0.45 meter and 0.3 meter and so on. After that, the height of the brickwork, here it is the bottom of the slab and here it is nothing but the plinth level. The height in between it is 3 meter. Here what is shown is this is nothing but it is the height of the door. It will be no doubt 2.1 meter. After that, if we see the parapet, first of all, this is the slab, section of the slab, and it is having the thickness of 0.12 meter, that is 120 thick. After that, they have built a parapet and the height of the parapet is 0.9 meter respectively. After that, what they have done is here they have given us the foundation plan also. Here it is the foundation plan, and it becomes very easier to you by referring this plan how to calculate the center to center distances. Okay, so this is the foundation plan and the center to center distance is 6.3 meter. How it is calculated we'll see while actually solving the problem. Now again what they have given us, they have given the size of the door so that we can deduct it from the plastering as well as from the brickwork, no doubt. Secondly, what they have done is they have given us the window of size 1.5 meter by 1.2 meter. Here in the plan, the W looks like V, but it is actually W. The symbol is W, and here it is D. It is nothing but the door. And where you can see this is the W, but it looks like V, but it's actually a W. It is the symbol of the window. Now we'll try to find out the actual center to center distances of long wall and short wall. So here, if we see, this is the room 1 and room 2. If you observe this plan, what you will come to know that there will be two long walls. Here this will be A, B, C. Long wall A, B, C will be equal to the long wall D, E, F. Okay, so there are two long walls. As the plan is totally symmetric, so we can take, as there are actually two rooms, but still we can calculate this as a single wall and it will be considered as a long wall, no doubt. So ABC equals to DEF will be one long wall, whereas AD, BE and CF, these will be the three number of short walls. That means for the two rooms having symmetrical shape, that is the rectangular shape, plan is having the rectangular shape, it consists of two rooms, it will have always 2 long walls and 3 short walls respectively. So A, B, C, D, E, F will be the long wall. These are the 2 long walls, whereas A, D, B, E and C, F will be the 3 short walls. So as per our normal procedure, the first thing or the first step which you have to do is you have to find out the center to center distances of ABC and DEF, as well as A, D, B, E and CF. These 3 walls are having common center to center distances. So first of all, we have to prepare the measurement sheet. Now first of all, try to understand and or try to draw these plan. Just try to draw a line plan. Show the wall thickness as 0.3 meter. Okay, this is the load bearing structure. After that, try to draw this section roughly so that it will be very easily understood by you how to actually work out the quantities of different items of work. Okay, so first of all, I will give 2 minutes to try to draw this plan and section. Okay, until that, in these 2 minutes, I'll try to explain the same thing in our local language. आता पहा, काल आपण सिंगल रूमचा जो लोड बेरिंग स्ट्रक्चर होता त्याचा आपण काय केलेलं आहे, लॉंग वॉल शॉर्ट वॉल मेथड एज वेल एज सेंट्रल लाईन मेथडनी आपण सगळ्या क्वांटिटीज फाइंड आउट करायचा प्रयत्न केलेला आहे. इथं आता आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, आज जो लेक्चर असणार आहे, ह्या लेक्चरमध्ये आपल्याला 2 रूम असलेली जे बंगला आहे किंवा 2 रूमचं जे एकूण आपला प्लॅन आहे त्याचं लॉंग वॉल शॉर्ट वॉल मेथडनी आपल्याला सगळे क्वांटिटीज फाइंड आउट करायचे. आता हे 2 रूम कसे आहेत बघा, हे एक रेक्टँग्युलर प्लॅन आहे. हे रेक्टँग्युलर प्लॅन मध्ये पहिला जो रूम आहे तो 4 मीटर बाय 6 मीटरचा आहे आणि दुसरा रूम जो आहे तो 3 मीटर बाय 6 मीटरचा आहे. असे हे 2 रूम आपले आहेत. आणि आता बघा, इथं पण नेमिनक्लेचर करताना इथं ए म्हणा, ए बी सी हे एक वॉल होईल. त्यानंतर इकडे पुढं डी ई एफ असे तुम्ही पहिल्यांदा नावं लिहून घ्या. त्यानंतर बघा, ए बी सी इक्वल्स टू डी ई एफ हे 2 जे भिंती असतील किंवा हे 2 जे वॉल आहेत हे लॉंग वॉल राहणार आहेत. हे दोन्ही समान असल्यामुळे आपण इथं मध्ये जरी वॉल जंक्शन आलं असेल तरी आपल्याला काय प्रॉब्लेम येणार नाही आहे, लक्षात घ्या. त्याच्यानंतर ए बी सी इज इक्वल टू डीई एफ ज्यावेळेस मी म्हटलं हे 2 लॉंग वॉल झाले, त्याच पद्धतीनं ए डी इक्वल्स टू बीई इक्वल टू सी एफ असे हे 3 भिंती जे असणार आहेत हे शॉर्ट वॉल असणार आहेत. या प्लॅन मध्ये जर तुम्ही लक्ष देऊन बघितला तर लॉंग वॉल आपण म्हणतोय त्याला आडव्या भिंतीला म्हणतोय. यात कुठल्याही पद्धतीने मेजरमेंटचा आपण लक्ष देत नाही, कारण बघा इथं 4 अधिक 3 7 होतंय. ठीक आहे, एक खोलीचं बघितलं तरी फक्त 4 मीटर आहे आणि जर उंची लांबीच किंवा जे रुंदी आहे खोलीची 6 मीटर आहे, तरी आपण जे आडव्या भिंती आहेत त्यांना आपण नेहमी काय करणार आहोत, त्यांना लॉंग वॉल असंच कन्सिडर करणार आहोत. आणि जे उभ्या भिंती असतील त्यांना आपण नेहमी कायमस्वरूपी शॉर्ट वॉल असं संबोधित करणार आहोत. त्यानंतर ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही सेक्शनचा अभ्यास कराल, सेक्शन मध्ये एकदम खाली जर बघितला तरी आपल्याला सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा पीसीसीचा बेड कॉन्क्रीट दिसतो. तो पीसीसीचा बेड कॉन्क्रीटचा जो विड्थ आहे बघा इथं, हे जो विड्थ आहे तो 1 मीटर आहे आणि त्याची जो थिकनेस आहे तो थिकनेस आपला आहे 0.2 मीटर. त्यानंतर हा जो आहे दिस इज युसर मेसनरी स्टेप 1. स्टेप 1 चा जो युसर मेसनरी आहे त्याची उंची आहे 0.45 मीटर आणि त्याच्यावर परत आपली युसीआर स्टेप 2 आहे, याची उंची तुमची 0.4 मीटर आहे. अशा पद्धतीनं सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा हे सेक्शन काढून घ्या. त्यानंतर इथं काय काय दाखवलंय बघा, एकदम सुरुवातीला पीसीसीचं बेड कॉन्क्रीट आहे, त्यावर युसीआर स्टेप 1 आहे, युसीआर स्टेप 2 आहे, युसीआर स्टेप 3 आहे, असं एकूण 3 स्टेप्स आहेत. एवढंच नाही तर याच्यावरती तुम्हाला ब्रिकवर्क दाखवलेला आहे. ब्रिकवर्कची जी उंची आहे ती 3 मीटर आहे, म्हणजे वीट बांधकामची आपली एकूण टोटल उंची असणार आहे 3 मीटर. त्याच्यावर आपलं स्लॅब येईल, स्लॅबची जी जाडी असणार आहे ते 0.12 मीटर म्हणजे 120 mm थिक म्हणा किंवा 112 सेंटीमीटर थिकनेस त्याची असणार आहे. त्या स्लॅबच्या वरती परत पॅरापेट असणार आहे. त्या पॅरापेटची जी उंची असणार आहे ते 0.9 मीटर म्हणजे 3 फूट, जे आपलं सेफ हाईट म्हणतो आपण, जिथं आपण उभं राहिलं तरी खाली पडत नाही अशी जी सेफ हाईट असते तिथं आपण घेतलेला आहोत. ठीक आहे. तर सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा आपण काय करतोय, आपण इथं पहिल्यांदा सेंटर टू सेंटर डिस्टन्स ऑफ ए बी सी आणि डी एफ हे पहिल्यांदा कॅल्क्युलेशन करून घ्यायचं आहे. ते कॅल्क्युलेशन कशा पद्धतीने करायचं इथं मी तुम्हाला खाली करून दाखवतो. Okay, now we'll try to calculate the center to center distances of ABC is equal to DF. So I will write it here. The room sizes are, first of all, we will take the room size. Room 1, its size is 4 meter by 3 meter. I think it's 4 meter by 3 meter. Wait a minute. We'll go to the plan again. Yes, 4 by 6 and 3 by 6. Okay. Here 4 by 6. Here I will write a dash, otherwise you will consider it as 14. Okay. So the room 1 size is 4 meter by 6 meter. Whereas room 2 size is nothing but 3 meter by 6 meter. 3 meter by 6 meter respectively. So first of all, we are going to calculate the center to center distances for this total plan. So for the wall ABC is equal to DEF. ABC equals to DEF. And how much it will be? It's very simple. First of all, again 0.3 by 2. Okay. Plus this first room's length is 4 meter. Plus the mid section of the plan or the middle wall or the central wall is of 0.3 meter thickness. So we'll take it totally. Plus again this 6 meter, here see, sorry, this 3 meter will consider. Okay, so there will be 3 meter. Three plus again 0.3 by 2. And it will be how much? It will be equal to 4 plus 3 7, 7.3, and plus 0.3 will be 7.6 meter respectively. How much it will be? 7.6 meter respectively. These are nothing but the, first of all, what we have done is we have worked out the center to center distances. Here I will write it as center to center distance for this. Okay. After that, now we have calculated the center to center distance of long wall. In the same manner, we are going to calculate the center to center distance of for short wall. So center to center distance for which one? AD equals to BE equals to CF. Okay, these are the three short walls, and how much it will be? 0.3 by 2 plus this 6, we have to take 6 plus again 0.3 by 2. So how much it will be? No doubt, we have to just make the addition. It will be 6.3 meter. 6.3 meter. Okay, in this manner, by using the simple technique. Now see here, in this problem, they have not given this total procedure, but what I am doing is I am trying to solve it in front of you so that it becomes easier to you to understand. No doubt, not only that, but also it will be easier when I am just doing these calculations. See this cursor, I will showing with the help of cursor. Remember, we are spending less than a minute to calculate this much of amount. But if we calculate this much very easily, it becomes very easy to us to actually calculate the center to center distances as well as long wall and short wall lengths. So always remember one thing, while solving any problem, let it be central line method or let it be long wall short wall method. What you have to do is, the first step what you have to calculate is we have to calculate the center to center distances for all the walls. Okay, now next thing what you have to do is, first of all, we have to find the quantity of excavation for foundation. Okay, the quantity of excavation for foundation, we have to find it. For that purpose, what we have to do is we have to write here length of long wall. Here long wall. And in the same way, here the length of short wall. Short wall. I'll write it as SW and here let it be LW. We'll write it in a capital way. LW, and let's consider this as short wall as SW. Okay, in this manner we have to calculate the length. First of all, what we have to do is, first of all we have to calculate the length of the long wall. So as you know that we never go for the shortcuts. What you have to do is we have to always write the formula also. So first of all you have to write the formula as length of long wall is equal to center distance plus one width of the item. What you have to write? Center to center distance plus one width of the item. So here we have calculated already the center to center distance of the long wall. It is 7.6 meter. So we have written here it as 7.6 meter. After that, what we have to do is we have to add one width of the item. So how much is the one width of the item? The one width of the item for excavation, they have already given it in our section as 1 meter. How much it is? 1 meter. So how much it will be? 7.6 plus 1, it will be 8.6 meter. It will be how much? It will be 8.6 meter. In this manner, what we have done is we have calculated the length of the long wall. In the same manner, we are going to calculate the length of the short wall. So what is the formula to be used to calculate the length of the short wall? Our formula to calculate the length of the short wall is length of short wall is equal to center distance minus one width of the item. What is the formula? Center to center distance minus one width of the item. So here the length of the short wall or the center to center distance of the short wall is 6.3 meter, which we have already calculated as a first step 1. How much it is? 6.3 meter. Here I have already written 6.3 meter. From that we have to deduct one width of the item. The one width of the item is no doubt 1 meter. So 6.3 meter minus 1 meter will be 5.3 meter respectively. Now what we have done is we have calculated the length of the long wall as well as we have calculated the length of the short wall as far as earthwork is concerned. Because the length of the long wall as well as the length of the short wall goes on changing as the items also go on changing. So first of all, how many long walls are there? Now we have prepared the measurement sheet. In that measurement sheet, number, length, breadth or width, height, quantity and description may be explanation. We have to prepare this. After that, How many number of long walls are there? There are two number of long walls. So we have written here 2. We have calculated the length of the long wall. How much is the length of the long wall? It is 8.6 meter. Okay. After that, the width we are knowing as 1 meter. The height is 0.4 meter plus 0.45 meter plus 0.2 meter. So the user step 1 is of height 0.4 meter. Secondly, the user step 2 is of height 0.45 meter, and the thickness of PCC bed for foundation is 0.2 meter. So to just add this 0.4 plus 0.45 will be 0.85 plus 0.2 will be 1.05 meter, which we have shown here. This is the 1.05 meter. Just multiply to get the quantity of long wall. That is the expression of long wall. Multiply 2 by 8.6 by 1 by 1.05. It will be 18.05 cubic meter. We will again just go through the calculations. How to calculate it? The number of walls are 2. The length which we have calculated is 8.6 meter for the long wall. Just multiply it with the breadth or width. It is 1 meter, no doubt. And you have to multiply it with the height. The height of the excavation is 1.05 meter. So the total is 18.06. So I'll just make these corrections. It is 18.06 cubic meter. Okay. In the same manner, we have to calculate the quantity of excavation for the short wall. So how many short walls are there? There are 3 short walls. Which are those 3 short walls? We can just make out from here also. See, AB equal to BE equal to CF. These are the 3 short walls. So just write 3 in the column of the numbers. We have written here 3. After that, how much is the width of the short wall or the length which you have calculated? It is 5.3 meter. Here you have calculated the length of the short wall. It is 5.3 meter. I have written it here. After that, the width or the breadth of the short wall is 1 meter, and the depth also remains constant. It is 1.05 meter. Just multiply all these 4 variables. So it will be 3 into 5.3 into 1 into 1.05. It will be 16.695. How much it will be? 16.695 cubic meter. Okay. After that, we have calculated the quantity of excavation for long wall as well as the quantity of excavation for short wall. Now to get the total excavation for long wall and short wall, what you have to do is you have to add the quantity of long wall as well as the quantity of the short wall. So how much it will be? 18.06 plus 16.695. It will be 34.755. 34.755 cubic meter. What you have to do is just write here cubic meter equals to, just divide it by 2.83 to get the same value in brass, divided by 2.83. How much it will be? It will be 23.95 brass. 23.95 brass. In this manner, by just using these simple steps, it is very easier to just calculate the quantity of the excavation by using long wall short wall method. After this, we are going to see how to calculate the quantity of plain cement concrete. Here we will write plain cement concrete, that is nothing but PCC. I will just change here 1 to 4, so that we are going to use the concrete of strength M15 for the foundation. Okay. Now here what, as the width of the excavation is always equal to the width of the PCC. Okay. For that purpose, here we have to not again separately calculate the length of the long wall and the length of the short wall. Both the things remain same. Okay. Now the length of the long wall is 8.6 meter, whereas the length of the short wall is 5.3 meter, as that we have already calculated for the excavation. So it remains constant. The total number of long walls are 2, whereas the total number of short walls are 3. We have to just calculate it, no doubt. So here again number 2, as the number of long walls are 2, whereas the length of the long wall is 8.6 meter and the width is 1 meter. As we know that it is equal to the width of the excavation, and after that the thickness of PCC is only 0.2 meter. How much it is? 0.2 meter. So we have written it here as 0.2 meter. Just multiply 2 into 8.6 into 1 into 0.2. Here 2 into 8.6 into 1 into 0.2. It will be 3.44 cubic meter, which we have already shown here. How much it will be? It will be 3.44 cubic meter. After that, what you have to do is you have to calculate it the same thing for short wall also. So how many number of short walls are there? There are again 3 number of short walls. Also, we have already calculated the length of the long wall for short wall for excavation, and it is 5.3 meter. We have taken it here as 5.3 meter. The width or the breadth is 1 meter again, whereas the depth of PCC or the thickness of PCC is 0.2 meter. Just multiply it, then we are going to get the quantity of foundation, that is PCC bed for foundation of the short walls. So how many long walls are there? 3 number of walls, long walls are there. Multiply 3 by 5.3, 5.3 into 1, as it is the width or breadth of the foundation bed, multiply it by the thickness of PCC, that is 0.2 meter. So how much it will be? It will be 3.18 cubic meter. This is nothing but the 3.18 cubic meter. Okay, after that we have to calculate the total quantity of PCC. So how to calculate the total quantity? Just add the quantity of long wall as well as the quantity of short wall, that is 3.44 plus 3.18. 3.44 plus 3.18, it will be 6.62 cubic meter. So total PCC is how much? It is 6.62 cubic meter. So we have calculated it in cubic meter. We'll just try to convert it in brass. So 6.62 divided by 2.83. It is the conversion factor. It will be 4.39 brass. How much it will be? 4.39 brass. 6.62, 6.62. divided by 2.83, it will be, sorry, 2.33 brass equals to 2.34. Say how much? It is 2.34 brass. In this way, by using the simple calculation steps, it becomes very, very easy to us to calculate the quantity of PCC. After that, we are going to see about the brickwork. Instead of that, first of all, they have to give us about the, this might be the user masonry step 1, user masonry step 2, and user masonry step 3. Instead of that, they have given a bit different things, but we'll calculate for the user step 1, step 2. Okay, and for the plinth, here it should be UCR. UCR masonry. In cement mortar 1s to 4, here we will write as UCR1. Okay, so again, for the UCR step 1, what you have to do is you have to calculate. First of all, what we have to do is we have to calculate the length of the long wall as well as the length of the short wall. Okay, for that purpose, again the same formula we are going to use is okay. So how to calculate it again? You have to just calculate it by using the formula again. Center to center distance plus one width of item for long wall and center to center distance minus one width of item for short wall. So here what you have to do is the length of long wall and the length of the short wall. First of all, we have to calculate for the step 1. Here it is the step 1. And just show how to calculate it. So the center to center distance is 7.6 meter, no doubt, plus one width. How much is the one width of the item for user step 1? It is 0.85, 0.85 meter. Okay, so after adding it, the total length of the long wall for the user step 1 will be 8.45 meter. In the same way, what you have to do is you have to calculate the length of the short wall. So what is the formula to calculate the length of the short wall? It is also very, very easy, no doubt. It is center to center distance minus one width of item. So 6.3 minus 0.85, it will be 5.45 meter. Here I will show here. Okay, 5.45 meter. Now here again, two number of long walls are there, no doubt. Two number of long walls. I have shown it here. See this cursor. This is the two number of long walls. We have calculated the length of long wall as 8.45 meter, which I have already written here. The width is 0.85 meter, which I have shown here. And already for user step 1, they are given the thickness as 0.4 meter. Just multiply it 2 into 8.45 into 0.8 into 0.4, it will be 5.746 cubic meter. So this is the quantity of user masonry step 1 for long wall. In the same way, we have to calculate it for the short wall. So the number of short walls are 3. Multiply it with the length of short wall, which you have calculated here. The length of short wall is 5.45 meter. Here I already written as 5.45 meter. How much is the width? It is 0.85 again. and the depth is 0.4 meter. Just multiply 3 into 5.45 into 0.85, it is the width, and multiply it by the depth or the height of the user masonry step 1, it is 0.4. The answer will be 5.560 cubic meter. How much it will be? 5.560 cubic meter. Now here again, you have to calculate the same thing for UCR step 2. UCR, wait a minute. This is UCR step 2. So again, for the long walls as well as for the short walls, we have to again just go on calculating it. Okay, this is UCR step 1 and step 2. First of all, for the long walls, what you have to do is, here again, the width is, you have to first of all again calculate the length of the long wall and the length of the short wall. So the length of the long wall is center to center distance plus again one width of item. So the one width of item is 0.3. 0.3 plus 0.3 is 0.6. So it will be 8.2 meter. After that, calculate the length of the short wall. It will be center to center distance minus one width of item. So it will be 6.3 minus 0.6. It will be 5.7 meter respectively. After that, just calculate for the long wall as number of long walls are 2. The length which you have calculated here is 8.2 meter. In the same way, the length of short wall is 5.7 meter. Here we are written as for the long wall, two numbers are there. This is the two number. Multiply it by 8.2, which I calculated the length of the long wall. After that, the width is 0.6 meter. Here it is 0.6 meter, whereas the height is 0.45 meter respectively. After multiplying this, 8.2 multiplied by 0.6 multiplied by 0.45 is the height, and the number of walls initially we have taken it as 2. So the total quantity of UCR masonry for UCR step 2 is 4.428 cubic meter. In the same way, we have to calculate the same thing for length of short wall, which we have already calculated. The number are 3, whereas the length of the short wall is 5.7 meter. Again, the width is no doubt 0.6 meter. Then the 0.45 meter is nothing but the total height of the construction of UCR step 2. Just multiply 3 by 5.7 by 0.6 and by 0.45. Just multiply these 4 variables. We'll be able to calculate the total quantity of UCR masonry for step 2 having the width of 0.6 meter respectively. In this way, by using the simple calculation steps, we are going to calculate the quantity of UCR masonry for step 1 and step 2. We'll stop here. We'll continue with the same problem tomorrow. Thank you very much.